Hey guys, Sableye VGC here, back again with some more crazy climbing action, and today we're going to jump right back into things with the Shift Tree Melodic team that we featured in the last episode, and hopefully we can get some more wins today. Immediately into a battle against the Stakataka, Mewtwo, Incineroar, Tapu Lele, Smeargle, and Xerneas. This matchup doesn't look too bad for me. I think we just have to avoid letting him get Trick Room up. Another lead that does scare me is the Smeargle Xerneas lead immediately, as I don't think we have too many answers for that. What I am going to do is I am going to lead Melodic and Tapu Koko, because I can immediately go for Icy Wind and Electro Web and then negate the Xerneas' boost. I also definitely need Necrozma in the back because it kind of walls out his entire team except the Incineroar. And part of me just really wants Xerneas because it's a Xerneas, and I think we're going to go with Xerneas. Just because I don't really see how Shift Tree actually helps us in this game. If he gets with Incineroar and if he gets Xerneas set up, Shift Tree is pretty much useless. And he actually leads Incineroar into the Melodic, which is really, really good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately go for an Icy Wind, and I'm going to Volt Switch off the Smeargle. He's probably going to fake out the Melodic, I would imagine, just because he gave me the free +2, and he definitely does not want me to sit here with that free +2 for too long. Smeargle might go for a Follow Me. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. He might just switch out with Smeargle as well. I just fixed the volume for you guys. Volt Switch does come off. I'm going to go immediately into Necrozma, because Icy Wind should pick... Oh, we go Spore, but in electric terrain, so that was very questionable on his end. So I have Necrozma coming in here, and he's just going to forfeit. So, I mean, we'll take that win, and we'll jump immediately into another one. I'm not sure if he just forgot about the electric terrain, or if he just honestly didn't know. But judging by the fact that he forfeited, I'm going to assume he forgot. But we take those wins, and we're going to jump into another one. This one's going to be a bit tougher with the Lunala Xerneas, with a supporting cast of Kartana, Crobat, Toxicroak, and Tapu Koko. Immediately what I want to do is lead Tapu Koko Shift Tree, just because I can potentially kill the Lunala immediately, which could be really good to set up Necrozma in the late game. So I'm going to go Tapu Koko Shift Tree, Necrozma in the back, and part of me wants Incineroar, and I feel like it's still the better play, so I am going to go Incineroar. I'm going to leave Xerneas on the bench in this one. Just between the Crobat, the Kartana, and the Toxicroak. Xerneas doesn't want to be here. So we got Crobat and the Lunala as a lead for my opponent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go Electro Web and just Dark Pulse into the Lunala, and hopefully the Electro Web breaks the Shadow Shield and Dark Pulse can pick up the Lunala. Ideally before the Lunala can kill Shift Tree, but I'm not too sure if that's going to be the case. I mean, generally speaking, it doesn't carry Focus Blast, so we should be good. I do miss that Crobat with the Electro Web though. Ooh, but Brave Bird, so no Tailwind from the Crobat. So missing that Electro Web is even bigger. But Tapu Koko takes that just fine. I'm going to come into Incineroar right now. And I'm going to Volt Switch off of Tapu Crobat, guys. Tapu Crobat. No, I'm going to Volt Switch off the Crobat, and I'm just going to knock off the Batman here. Or the Lunala. I'd imagine Crobat might try to get a Tailwind up. It might also switch out if it's scared of me outspeeding it. And then we hope Incineroar is faster than the Lunala. Tailwind does go up. Volt Switch does go off. Does pick up the knockout on the Crobat. Gonna swap into Necrozma here because it's my only choice. Moonge's Beam does go off. Does hit Necrozma, which is unfortunate, but knockoff will come out. That does kill that. We do get our weakness policy up, but he has the Tailwind, and I think that's where he's gonna win this game, depending on what his last Pokemon is. He does have Kartana and Xerneas, so we actually still have a chance. I'm going to immediately Sunsteel Strike and Flare Blitz. I mean, he probably wants to protect Xerneas or double into Necrozma. If he... Oh, that just... I think that crit mattered, which is unfortunate. I honestly think that crit mattered. If we live that and we get that the Sunsteel Strike off there, I'm guaranteed to win. But right now, I can't see us winning this one. All Nature's Madness and Flare Blitz, but that crit probably killed us. I mean, I lived the Dazzling Gleam, but I don't think it matters because we're not living 2 of them, or 3 of them. That's not doing anything. Get the burn! And I can't even protect to stall him out. I'll just Flare Blitz. This game's over with a Moonblast. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know the damage calc on that crit. I would, personally, based on previous experience, I feel like that was, that crit mattered. But we're going to jump right into this one, and we're not going to rest our laurels on that crit. We're going to go right into this one. We got a Muck into this game, and a Latios, which is really, really cool. So we got Tapu Koko, Ferrothorn, Muck, Latios, Palkia, and Groudon. Melodic doesn't really want to make an appearance here, so it's probably going to stay on the bench. Xerneas definitely wants to be here, because if it can get set up, they can pretty much sweep. So if we have Xerneas and Incineroar, it's a really good combination. I also want to bring... See, I almost want Shiftry here. But at the same time, yeah, you know what? No, I'm going to go Shiftry. Let's go Shiftry, Necrozma, Incineroar, and Xerneas. I think this should be good enough for the win because we can threaten Groudon immediately. And because I'm Chlorophyll, I actually outspeed the Tapu Koko. So what we can do is immediately go for a Grass Knot and kill the Groudon. And there's not much Tapu Koko can actually do. So I'm just going to sit here and go for a quick Sunsteel Strike into the Tapu Koko. It's going to protect, that's fine. Grass Knot into Groudon. So that's got to be AV Groudon, which is unfortunate. He does kill Shiftry. I'm okay with that, I think. I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to bring in Xerneas here. And I'm going to go immediately for the Geomancy. And I'm going to Sunsteel Strike the Tapu Koko. Because once I get the Geomancy up, Groudon isn't a threat to me. Because I can Dazzling Gleam it out. So he just Volt Switches off of Necrozma, which is fine. I don't think we're going to live a Precipice Blades, but I could be wrong. Ferrothorn comes in, that's fine. Geomancy from Incineroar. Ideally, we die to this Fire Punch. So not dying there is kind of unfortunate, actually. But the Iron Barbs does kill us, which actually probably gives us the win. Because Incineroar can come in, and now I can just simply click Dazzling Gleam, Flare Blitz. Dazzling Gleam, and Flare Blitz. I mean, there's no way he can't really switch anything into this. Ferrothorn's gonna die to the Flare Blitz in a second. Down it goes. Coco's gonna die to the Dazzling Gleam because I believe we did reveal Life Orb on the Volt Switch there. And whatever he's got... Muck could pull it back for him here. And Tapu Koko did indeed reveal Life Orb. So what that allows us to do is simply Dazzling Gleam again, and I'm just going to Flare Blitz. I'll Flare Blitz into the Muck. But Dazzling Gleam takes Muck for a lot of damage. Tapu Koko picks up... Dazzling Gleam also picks up Tapu Koko, and Flare Blitz will pick up Muck. And we're going to get a bonus episode in this one, guys, because that first opponent, he forfeited like turn 1, and I don't want to wrap this one up too quickly. And we're going to get Crobat, Kyogre, Yveltal. That's a Serena, I believe, Incineroar, and Tapu Koko. So what I immediately want to do is lead my own Tapu Koko. I'm going to lead Tapu Koko, and part of me wants to go Shiftry. But at the same time, I feel like Melodic or Incineroar is just better. I'm going to go Melodic, I think. With Necrozma and Xerneas in the back. I went Melodic here because even though Shiftry looks really, really good against the Kyogre, the Crobat could potentially have Brave Bird as we saw earlier today. We also have the potential for Incineroar, which is just going to lead straight up, which is okay now. I lead Tapu Koko, Melodic. This is good, he gives me the competitive boost. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just Volt Switch off of Yveltal and just drop an Icy Wind, I think. Yeah, so we fixed our Tapu Koko, which is fine. Tailwind is fine as well. Icy Wind comes out. Incineroar speed is down, Yveltal speed is down, and that does a lot of damage actually because I'm +2. I'm still going to Volt Switch off the Yveltal, and I'm going to go for one more Icy Wind to remove his Tailwind. And then from there, hopefully... So he does just knock off Melodic, and that does a lot more than I thought it would. I'm going to come into Necrozma since Yveltal should be dead. So he U-turns, Melodic actually surviving, which is nice. And we're going to get an Icy Wind into the Kyogre. Okay. Icy Wind hitting Kyogre. As long as it hits Yveltal, we're good. Perfect. So that speed drop could come clutch because I do believe that's probably a Choice Scarf Kyogre. Most of them are nowadays. What I'm going to do is protect Melodic just to stall out another turn. Actually, no, wait. Never mind. I don't have Protect on Melodic. I'll Photon Geyser and I'll just Icy Wind then. Maybe slow it down again. But I doubt it. Yeah, Water Spell comes off. Possibly should have protected Necrozma there. Gonna come into Xerneas. I don't really need Necrozma, so I am gonna let it die here. And then I'm gonna come in and threaten the Kyogre with Tapu Koko. So I'll Photon Geyser just in case he lets me get that off, and I'm just gonna protect Xerneas. So we are just going to see that Water Spell come out, which is fine. Incineroar might go for Roar, and it does go for Roar, which is fine. It's one of the reasons I didn't go for Geomancy immediately, because now I'm safe to click Geomancy. And I'm going to go for a Volt Switch off of the Kyogre. Because now we're safe to a point where he can't knock me out, or knock my boosts off with the Roar, and Kyogre's going to take big damage from the Volt Switch. And potentially be forced to switch out, giving me a free Geomancy, which is fine. And Incineroar, I don't know, maybe a U-turn? I wouldn't be surprised to see a U-turn. Just a knockoff, that's fine by me. What this allows me to do is simply go for a Dazzling Gleam. And I will go for a Volt Switch into Incineroar. Dazzling Gleam picks up the Tapu Koko, which is perfect. Incineroar is going to live by the looks of things here, but I don't think it matters. Knockoff is fine. Kyogre is going to come back in. I'm simply just going to Moonblast the Kyogre here. If it picks up the knockout, great. If it doesn't, I still think we win. And I'm going to Electro Web as well. Yeah, so that does pick up the Kyogre, and that should just wrap this one up. Incineroar can't do anything to Xerneas. U-turn, no damage. That's game with a Moonblast, and he's just going to forfeit realizing that. So 3-1 in today's episode. Very good episode, I think. Melodic put in a fair bit of work with that Icy Wind. And thanks for watching this one, guys.